Oh, yes, once again, I am in my Father's house, and I am going to make a video. Matter of fact, it's already begun. Yep. This video, as you can see on my shirt, it says the Bible is the. I'm sure that's what it says on my shirt. And I have I've been outside and I made a video under the tree, and it'll be on YouTube, and this one will too. But today I am in my Father's house, and I have a book. As you can see, it says, I believe it said New American Standard. And since I'm an American and I'm pretty standard, that's what I got. And that book is called Bible. And on the front of my Bible, I have the words, the Holy Bible is not the final authority. At least I believe that's what the words are. Yep, that's what it says. That's a bold statement, isn't it? Well, I'm just pretty bold today. I have been looking in my Bible, and guess what I found out? I found out that God created the heavens and the earth. Found that in the Bible. Sure did. That's Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Sure is. There's a second book in the Bible, or second, title thing after Genesis. I believe it's Exodus. I'm turning there now. And it won't take me long to get there, because Genesis has only got about, 50 chapters? And I done got to 49. And right here we come to Exodus. And Exodus begins with, now these were the names of the sons of Israel who came out of Egypt with Jacob. They came each one with his household. Now see, I can read English. I can read from Exodus chapter 1, verse 1. Now, after Exodus, there is Leviticus. How do I know? Because I'm looking. I got Leviticus chapter 1, verse 1. Then the Lord called to Moses and spoke to him from the tent of the meeting, saying, that's Leviticus 1:1. I can turn on further and get to Numbers 1:1. Let's just look at Numbers 1:1. I'll just prove that I can do it. I can prove things here today, folks. I am in my Father's house. Woo, Numbers 1:1. Then the Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tent of meeting, on the first of the second month, in the second year, that they had come out of the land of Egypt. Isn't that wonderful, folks? It was the second year, and they had come out of the land of Egypt. Folks, I'm telling you, this Bible, this history book, from Numbers, it turns into Deuteronomy, I think. Yep, there it is, Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy has a chapter 1, verse 1. It's in this Bible. That's not the final authority. No, the Bible is not the final authority. I know who the final authority is, and he's been the final authority ever since there was an authority. And I'm reading from the Bible. These are the words which Moses spoke to all of Israel across the Jordan in the wilderness, in something or other, opposite somewhere, between somewhere and somewhere. It's an 11 days journey. I'm in verse 2. From Horeb by the way of Mount something another, something another. I didn't say I could pronounce every word. I said I could read. And now I am finished reading from that little bit of Deuteronomy. Now what I do want to go to next is Matthew. I want to read a little bit in Matthew. Matthew chapter 1. Matthew chapter 1 has a verse 1. And if you following along, in the Bible, it is there's no doubt about it. But it says in Matthew chapter 1, verse 1, now listen carefully, the book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham. To Abraham was born Isaac, and to Isaac Jacob, and to Jacob Judah and his brothers. That's Matthew chapter 1, verse 1 and 2. And now we found out about Jesus. We found out about David. We found out about Abraham. We found out about Isaac, and we found out about Jacob. Now, before I run out of time here, I'm going to skip over in Matthew. I'm going to just stay in Matthew and get over to Matthew chapter 3. It says, I'm reading here from Matthew chapter 3. In those days, John the Baptist came preaching in the wilderness. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And that was I guess probably the first message that John, made known. In chapter 4. Now, see, I'm just following right along. The Bible is thee. And I got about another minute or two. Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. Now, folks, whatever y'all do, please don't get confused and think that the devil is taking God out into the wilderness to tempt him, because he's not. But he is going into the wilderness. The Son of God, Jesus, the one we just read about in Matthew chapter 1, yep, that's where he's going. And he's going to talk to the devil, and he's going to say a few things to him. And then he's going to come out, and in verse 17 of chapter 4, Jesus began to preach and say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So, maybe I just better end this video. It's right here to about the 10-minute mark. Maybe I just better end it with repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Now, if you know what you need to do after you repent, I'll be glad to assist you in learning. I will. Thank you for watching. It's a very